So all the sounds you just heard is stock instrument from Cubase. What's good everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Zamir from Access Tunes. In this video I'm going to talk about how lucky we are as a Cubase user for having lots of great plugins and instruments, alright? And these are my go-to plugins and instruments that I use every single day. So without further ado, let's jump right in. The first instrument that I'm going to talk about today is my all-time favorite, which is Retrolog. If you guys want to find your plugins faster, all you have to do is click on this collapse all button, and then you can see all the name of the company that you're looking for. And now I'm going to go and click on the Steinberg. In Steinberg there are two categories, drum and synth. So on the drum I have this Backbone and Groove Agent SE, and synth is what I'm going to talk about now. I have three synths that I use all the time, like every single day. Right, first I'm going to start with Retrolog. Okay, Retrolog is my go-to plugin when it comes to bass sound. Retrolog is a really nice analog sounding plugin, alright? And at the same time, you also have that modern digital sound that you can generate with Retrolog. They have tons of great presets that I use all the time. One of my favorite is the bass sound in Retrolog. It just sounds so good. So let me go to the bass category here, and I'm gonna play some of them. It sounds so good. You don't have to do any of the processing to it, unless if you want to just, you know, make it a bit more tamed with compressor and stuff like that. However, right out of the gate, it sounds so good. I don't have to do anything at all, right? So let's go and check out a few more presets here. I've used this aggressive preset in many of my film scoring before, but I didn't use it just like that. Obviously I add some kind of processing, which I'm going to show you guys later. What I'm trying to say is I have used just the stock plugin to create awesome film scoring, and you guys should not sleep on this plugin, alright? You can use this. You can use this sound. And then just add some drums and some ostinato strings. Oh, you got a really nice score already, right? So let's try next preset. You don't have to just use this for film scoring. You can use this for any types of music. Okay, I can use this for a hip hop track as well. Can you feel that analog sound? It sounds so good, right? So these are some of the sounds that I like to use in Retrolog. Okay, let me try other sounds here. Maybe a synth pad. Okay, so there's a lot of great sounding presets here you guys should check out and should use in your production. Alright, so let's move on to the next plugin, and that is Patshop. Patshop, I love using Patshop. Okay, actually I didn't download the factory sound here, but I've actually created some sounds on my own. So these are some of the sounds that I've created before. Okay, I don't know what to name them, so I named them Danger. Okay. Okay, the best thing about this plugin is you can actually add any sounds. You can add your own samples. Let me go and find some. Okay, let's say I have this sample here and I'm gonna just drag and drop it in Patshop. And then I can further manipulate them. It sounds really good. You know, the original sound sounds like this, which is completely different from, right? I can further manipulate them. Let me create the speed. Let me slow it down. Right, I can use this for a transition effect for a trailer kind of music. And I can also transpose this down. Sounds good. And I can add another layer to the B sound. Right, it sounds really good, right? So if I like this sound now, I can go ahead and click on this and I'm going to save this to Danger 3, for instance, right? Let's save it inside film score. Okay. It sounds really amazing. So Patshop is the next plugin that I use every single day for my music production. So let's move on to the next plugin, and that is the Helen Sonic. There are a lot of sounds that I can use from Helen Sonic. Alright, we have the Amp Electra, the Helen Sonic library, Iconica Ensembles, Iconica Sketch, Indian Drum Basics, and Sonic Selection. Right, these are the library that I've downloaded so far, and I have more instruments that I can download if I want. However, I'm just saving some space in my computer because I don't want to use all my C drive installing all these instruments, right? But if I want, I can go to my download manager. I can download Verve and some other instruments for Helen. All right. So one of my favorite currently is Iconica Sketch. I use this all the time. It's very CPU friendly. I can actually sketch a really good sounding orchestral composition with Iconica Sketch alone before I start adding other orchestral library to layer it, you know, to make it sound better. So Helen Sonic is another great instrument that I use all the time. So you guys should definitely check this out too. So let's hear some of the sounds from Iconica Sketch. I'm gonna go and find a harp. Let's do with harp. Okay, so it sounds really good. And let's check out the sounds. Horns, yeah. Let's go to horns. Staccato. So if I want to layer another sound here, I can go to program, click on Iconica Sketch. Let's add another sound. Horn, staccato again. So now I have two of the sound. Okay, no, let's have marcato instead. Okay, so now I've layered staccato and marcato. So it's gonna sound like this. This library goes deeper than this. Don't miss out on this instrument, alright? So these are the 3 synth plugins that I use all the time. And I'm going to go to drum and Groove Agent. Groove Agent is a phenomenal drum machine. I've made a video before about the best drum machine out there, right? And one of it was drum machine. You guys can check out that video. I talk about why I like Groove Agent, and I use this all the time. And I have tons of other Groove Agent library that I haven't installed yet because it's really huge. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out some of the factory sounds here. Okay, so I'm not going to go into Groove Agent because I've already made a video about it, so you guys can go ahead and check out that video. These are the 4 instruments that I use all the time, and this is a stock Cubase instrument, right? Of course, I got Backbone. Backbone is a great drum synth. However, it is not a stock plugin. You need to buy it separately, so I'm not going to talk about it today. So 4 awesome virtual instrument that you can use it for pretty much any types of music. You can compose orchestral music, you can compose hip hop, any kind of music basically with these 4 instruments that comes with Cubase. So let's move on to the effects that I use all the time. Okay, I'm going to go to Retrolog now and compose a really epic 1-note melody, right? So let's say the C note here, and I'm going to go and extend this to maybe 2 bars, right? So it sounds like this. That sounds good. So I'm gonna go and find the Steinberg's effects. I'm gonna go into modulations and I'm gonna use this chopper. I use chopper a lot. I really like chopper because it allows me to chop things. Sometimes when I'm scoring for film, I want to create a rhythmic pattern. Sometimes I want it to be syncopated, sometimes I want to be straight 8-note. So I can do all of that with this chopper plugin. So I'm going to change the speed now to maybe a 1/4 note. Alright, and I'm going to turn on the mono here. Okay, and then I can come here and adjust the mix level and also the depth. Okay, that sounds pretty good already. Okay, if you can't hear it, let me transpose it up so you guys can hear it better. And I can just play around with this waveform curve and see which ones that I like. Okay, I think I like this better. So the next thing that I usually add is the tremolo, this one right here. Okay, and then just sync them. Let me change this to maybe a 4 triple note. With 2 plugins now, I've actually made it sound interesting. Okay, and if I want to, manipulate it more, I can come here and choose a different sound just in case. Okay, the original sound without any effects is this, but with these 2 plugins it just sounds completely different, right? Let me change this to so these are 2 effects plugins that I usually use for most of my tracks, and there's another one that I would like to share as well. The modulation, the FX modulator. This is another crazy plugin. I usually just go ahead and click on some of the preset and oh my god, look at that. I don't have to do anything else once I add these plugins, right? It just make it even more epic. So all the sounds you just heard is stock instrument from Cubase. sounds really epic. Okay, so don't sleep on these plugins, guys. The FX modulator is very deep effects, and you should spend more time learning about it. I still haven't completely learned everything about this plugin yet, but I like to just mess around with the presets, and it gives me what I want. And if I want to further manipulate it, I do go and add modules and remove them or bypass or even automate some of these parameters to make it sound the way I hear it in my mind, right? So these are all Cubase plugins, no third-party plugin at all. Next one is Loop Smash. Let me go ahead and find. Okay, Loop Smash is actually kind of old plugin. However, I still use them even until now, right? So and you can change the grid value here to make it faster. That was all stock plugin from Cubase. So that's one of the plugin that I use. The next plugin that I use every single day is Vocal Chain. Vocal Chain is the new plugin that was introduced in Cubase 13, and it allows you to mix your vocal completely within one plugin. You don't need to have any additional plugin. This is a CPU friendly plugin. All I have to do is just enable this guy like this and adjust the parameters. All of the effects that you add to your vocal is within this one plugin, and it's CPU friendly. It doesn't take up a lot of your CPU power when you're using this. That's one of the greatest thing ever, because I don't want my PC or Cubase to crash while I'm in the middle of recording or producing a song. And Cubase made this amazing plugin and they gave us for free. This is one of the best plugin I've ever used for my vocals. So the next one is the frequency plugin. Okay, the frequency is actually an EQ, and EQ where you can do mid and side EQ, and you can also do a dynamic EQ. You also have a linear phase EQ. All of these in one plugin, and it's free. Right, it comes with Cubase. I believe they introduced frequency 2 in Cubase 11, so it's a great plugin and it's free as well. I use this a lot, all the time, guys. So don't sleep on these plugins. Okay, the last plugin that I'm going to talk about is this supervision here. Okay, I use this a lot, and I always add this to my control room insert section here, because every time I launch Cubase, this thing will already be here. I don't have to go and manually add it every single time. So now every time I'm producing a song, sometimes I want to see the waveform, the level, and everything is here. So if I want to add few more modules, I can just click on it and add it. The next time I launch Cubase, it's going to remember these settings, and then I don't have to manually change them every time. Okay, these are all the stock plugins that comes with Cubase, and I'm so grateful that they give such a high quality sounds and effects. You can make epic music with just using these stock plugins. All right, so don't sleep on any of these plugins. Go ahead and just learn how to use them, and you might not be wanting to get any third-party effects or instruments. Right, so that's it for today, guys. If you guys find this video helpful, please make sure to subscribe, turn on notification, smash the like button, and share this video to everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.